Can no one talk while I'm talking, please? Because I don't want any hate. I will physically say this. I might have said I have FND because they were looking into it and I might have got my wording wrong. That is honest, okay? Fully honest. I might have said it because they were looking into it. I might have got my wording wrong. And that's fine. That is misinformation. I completely admit that, okay? You can record this, whatever. I don't care. But the proof is, well, my proof, this is all I'm giving right now because literally I don't have all my paperwork sitting in my house. That's the truth. Mum and dad keep it, okay? But I am on my carbamazepine. This is like, you know, and yes, I am on that dose. I'm 300 milligrams twice a day. So 600, yeah. Whatever you say, I don't have bipolar. So whatever I like, and that's my name, obviously. Miss Kirsten. Yeah. And that's the date, which is literally this is literally this month, which some people wanted to see. This month of this year, yeah? You see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not giving any more proof right now because, quite frankly, I don't have it here. My mum and dad keep all my medical records filed away.
Can you just do me one favour, Kirsten?
Yeah?
Can you show me your Keppra?
A Keppra, yeah, it's tablet. And I am given tablet Keppra and it can be crushed, which we've been told.
Yeah, no one said that it can't be. I've never disputed that because I know a lot of Carly's meds have to be crushed.
Okay, let me just get it from another day because I've taken it today. It's a tea time in the morning. I mean, thank you for the gifts, but actually I don't expect them, so please don't gift me, guys, honestly. But here we go. That's my Keppra.
I don't want to see the tablet. I want to see your dosage.
I don't keep my medication boxes. I will admit I've had mental health stuff happen in the past. From about 5-6 years ago, I've done stuff. I'm not going to comment on what, obviously.
Yeah.
You don't people. I'm not going to say that. But yeah, so I don't keep my medication boxes. It's given to me weekly, and obviously it's in here, which my mum puts out weekly for me, which is from my prescription. That is the truth.
So what is your dose of Keppra?
Pardon?
What is your dose of Keppra?
500 twice a day, 1 milligram.
So 500
1 gram
milligrams.
even, sorry. See, this is what I mean. I do genuinely get my words wrong.
Because your prescription that you said, it was 500 milligrams.
Twice a day, yeah.
Yeah, so your dose is lower than a 4-year-old's.
I can't comment on that. It might be, yeah.
If
but I'm not saying my epilepsy is really severe. This is what I'm new to my neurologist.
It's severe though, Kirsten, because you've been vented, and I'd say
I know. Can I please just say I am new to my neurologist? That is all I'm going to say. I'm new to her. My neurologist left the trust. I have been vented. Yes.
Kirsty, let us speak a minute. We don't want to be shouting over. Sorry, go on. So you're new to your neurologist. But so when was your official diagnosis of epilepsy, not non-epileptic?
I genuinely can't say. I told you 4 or 5 years. I was going to type 6 or 7 because I was not sure.
But you said the other day
each diagnosis written with the date.
But wouldn't you remember something like a epilepsy diagnosis? I'm not saying the
because I'm so confused from my seizures.
But then you remember what number your testing was on your barium swallow when you were 8 years old?
Yeah, because I've read it on paperwork, but I don't read all my paperwork, quite honestly.
But do you understand why it can look a bit iffy? Because
no, I understand that.
Saying one thing and then saying, like, the end of life, you've probably heard it loads of times, but I think you did claim to be end of life.
I will say I did. And I will say I did. You know, that was a lie. I fully admit that. Hold my hand up, that was a lie. But I didn't do it for any other reason than I was unsure of my future, and that bit played into my head. And I will fully say that. I'd just come out of ICU. I'm just saying that as honest. But yeah, I hold my hand up. That was a lie.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, because that's not fair to say to people that are living it, and I genuinely am sorry, and I'm sorry for what I've said about, I really genuinely am.
And it's a respect there for owning up to that. You know, we all make mistakes. We all say things. Obviously, I'm not condoning saying that because
I don't condone myself saying it. I really don't. That's why I haven't opened up and talked about it, because I'm actually ashamed of myself, to be quite frank. I genuinely am.
Yeah, but then
I can't change what I've said in the past.
you can also see why then people have heard you say these things and then obviously backtrack and say,
yeah, I get it. I do.
Can I ask about the femoral line? Because this is another thing that we're just, it just doesn't add up.
Yeah. So I did have a line, in my groin.
Yeah.
Genuinely, that was a femoral line. That picture that you've taken, that was a femoral line. But I don't have one at the moment. I have fluids running subcutaneously, and they're not placed by myself. They are placed by nurses, and the dressings are changed by nurses. I just stick a bit of tape over to secure it. If it's
so you no longer have a femoral line. How long has that been for?
How long have I not had one?
Yeah.
I don't even know. 3-ish days, 2-ish days, literally. I went to the hospital to have my tube replaced. I genuinely did. Whatever people say, I had an appointment. And yeah, it got taken out. Because it wasn't working anyway. It wasn't backflowing like the picture shows.
So are the
Can I just ask one question as well? The other day you was on live with an NJ in at 4:30.
Yeah.
And come back on at 7 o'clock with a completely different one in. How can you get them that quick? Carly is 4-year-old.
Of my life you missed.
On her tube. Carly's 4-year-old, completely dependent, doesn't have anything by mouth, everything down there. And we have to wait weeks for a new judge.
Okay. So obviously that is a different thing because hers is surgical, I'm guessing. I don't.
Yeah, she has.
Yeah.
Which
So it's
is
slightly different, but
quicker. It's not. They're different, yeah, but they fit in the same way.
no, I get that. But sometimes our hospital does have nutrition nurses that can fit them, like by bedside, but with X-ray afterwards. They call it bedside placements, but obviously they X-ray. So essentially, it's basically like interventional radiology, but our hospital basically isn't that advanced.
How were you able to get a new one every single day for 5 days in a row? Now, a lot of people have said that if theirs flips or, there's something wrong with it, they will have to wait a couple of days. So how is it possible that you manage? Because I do write down when it changes because it doesn't make sense. And the amount of times it's been changed is not normal at all. And that's another reason why it's hard to believe.
No, I get that. I fully get that. Obviously, I can't speak on anyone else's experience, so I don't know. This genuinely is my life and my experience, though. And this, I wouldn't lie about that. And I literally wouldn't. Like, that is something, obviously, I've said things that have been too far before, I admit that. But generally, like, I would not lie about this, having tubes and all of that. Like, I just wouldn't.
What about the tube you had in the other day that was a discontinued one that has been discontinued since 2015?
So my hospital had one, that's why that had to be replaced. My hospital generally had it and they realised it was out of date. Once I'd had it placed, genuinely.
Saying that tube was fitted because your hospital had one. Now, your delivery company are all fit. How did you manage to get the connectors for a tube that were discontinued 15 years ago?
Because the nurses had to bring one out and they told me it was wrong. That's why they realised.
They wouldn't have the connectors for them now, though.
They do. They have the little purple ones and the white ones.
They were changed as part of the safety alert, though, so they go and bin all the ones that are deemed unsafe for obvious reasons.
I genuinely don't know. I did raise it as a concern.
You really should raise it because, God, that could be really dangerous. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I've raised it as like a safeguarding concern with the hospital CEO person.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was the CEO, but it was someone I think it was the head of nursing, but someone involved in the board of the hospital, basically.
If they're keeping supplies from that long ago, it's really bad, that.
It is a concern.
Yeah.
And I agree, yeah, totally.
Kirsten, do you have any help at the minute? Because you're going through a hard time, aren't you? Like, would somebody to talk to be a good idea?
I do have people, yeah. I have my family and my friends, genuinely.
Okay, that's good. I just wanted to check because, like, you've owned up to something quite big today and, that's something most people wouldn't really lie about that, and that's a real painful place to be. So
It is,
I hope
but
you
actually,
can get some help.
you know, I've admitted something that I've needed to admit for a long time,
Yeah.
genuinely, and I've been wanting to admit it for a long time. I just haven't been ready because that is painful.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to go because I'm getting
No, it's okay. Don't worry. It's all right. You've done the right thing.
All this hate is actually not good for me anymore.
Kirsten, you can turn this around, just stuff like today, you can turn it around. You've got this, honestly.
I just don't want to be seen on these sort of lives, and I'm not meaning for Carly, I'm not meaning for Secret Haven, but I am actually meaning on the hate accounts in general, because that is not fair to do to someone either.
We don't condone any of that, and even in the comments, we don't condone any of that. Some of the accounts that have popped up, we say that it's vile, and we don't agree with it at all. And
we
that
don't
shit
communicate with some other people who are like that. We don't associate with people who are like that.
No, I know.
We
we've always
honestly,
said at the end of the day, you are still a human being.
we honestly want you to live your best life.
Please, guys, don't send me gifts. You're going to make me cry more, honestly. Please don't. I don't expect it, honestly.
We want you to get better, no matter what that means. We want you to have a better life than this, honestly.
Honestly, I want a quality of life. That means physically, that means mentally, that means everything.
Yeah.
And I'm not lying about half of this stuff, like most of this stuff, but like genuinely, like that thing that was kind of holding over me. So I wanted to come here and say it today because that was eating me up alive inside. And I genuinely mean that because I know how much it's affected other people that are going through it.
And that's a big step. And, that, like I said before, it's respect for admitting to that. Some people would just be like, oh, well, I've said it. That's all.
Sorry,
No,
I actually, I just want to say, and I'm going to leave after this, but I just want to say, literally, I give respect to all of you, literally living through everyday struggles, whatever they are. And I'm not saying this for gift, please forgive me, honestly. But, I give respect to you, Carly, and to everyone else, that is living with struggles, and whether they are physical, mental, whatever, because it's fucking hard. Sorry, excuse my French.
No, you can swear on this live.
I like Dockers, it's fine.
And honestly, I am sorry for lying about that, and I'm sorry for the people going through it, because obviously we had my sister and she was poorly, and you know that story. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go now because
But there are people who are here for you, and we're not about hate. We just want to get you help, and we want you to have the best quality of life possible. We're not mean people. We don't do this for clout, for money, for views, to hate, nothing like that. We just see that
honestly, I swear it, honestly, apart from my physical health now, I have help with everything else. It's being sorted, and mental health don't need to be involved. I honestly say that. I do have some issues, but I'm not going to go into that. Obviously, it's your life, regardless. But actually, it's more about opening up to people about what is going on physically and how it's affecting me. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
and then that kind of eats away at other stuff, and trauma stuff as well. But regardless, I will just say I'm not a nasty person. Please don't think I am. And I really genuinely did not mean to say that. And if I've been horrible to anyone, in the comments or whatever, I genuinely am sorry. And I mean that from my heart. I don't want to be, I don't want to be nasty to anyone, and I'm not trying to pick people apart. I'm trying to change that when I do it. And, I know I've done it occasionally in the past, and actually I really regret doing it. I can't change the past, but I can change the future. And that's kind of the words I'm living by right now,
Exactly. It's just a learning curve.
Sorry, can I just say that people, going forward, people will respect you for starting as you mean to go on. And I've sat here for weeks, months now, just praying that you'd come clean about certain things. And I'm I'm actually quite proud of you for coming in here.
Yeah, same.
And just answering a few of our questions, because it's been eating me up, and it's been eating a lot of people, and I don't agree with these people being horrible. I just wanted you to understand that people are really concerned about you, you know, I made my page because I wanted someone just to eventually listen, that people really wanted you to just I'm gonna mute because I don't really know how to say it.
People want to help. That's what it is. People want to help, and like Chronically Peachy said, it, you know, proud of you for saying the thing. It's a big thing, and I hope it's made you feel a bit better that, you know, the weight's kind of lifted a bit, and you know, you're still young. There's still so much, you know, your life's kind of just began. You know, some people might say, "Oh, 25, that's not young," but
I feel about 90, but yeah.
don't we all?
And you know what, Kirsten, we've said so many times how smart you are. You are so clever. The way you learn all these medical facts, like you know all sorts. You know, there's a future out there for you.
Oh, bless you, thank you.
Kirsty,
I do have one. I've got one question. And I know you've apologised, and I do accept your apology, 100% I do, and I said that to you in the messages. But can I ask why you said it? Because when you accused me of Munchausen's by proxy, because
I know you said it went on for months. Sorry.
With what I've been through with Carly, that hurt. That it really did, because I have nearly lost her so many times, and with what Carly's been through, and for someone to accuse me of that, it did hurt. I'm not going to lie to you, it did.
I will be honest, I was really hurt by what was going on from you, and it was a retaliation, and it was something that was holding me hostage inside, because someone that was actively saying all these things against me, but that wasn't right to say. I'm not condoning that was right to say at all. I'm not. And I, like I say, I apologise, and I mean that from my heart. But like, it was holding me hostage inside. Like, also the stuff you were saying and retaliating, and things that had gone on with mum and dad getting messages as well. It wasn't just you, it was the things that were coming from the lives too. Do you get what I mean? Like other people then sending messages.
With the thing where I messaged your dad when you commented on my videos, and that was the first interaction I ever had with your dad.
I'm not saying you messaging.
I was going to say, and your dad rang me. He said that he'd give me a call, and he did, and we had a conversation. And that was that. I never said anything bad about you to your dad. I was just
it wasn't you. It was what had come from certain lives and with people involved, and comments from other people that had then come and hit me, and because essentially them lives had you in it or you at it. Do you get what I mean?
I just got the blunt end of it all, basically.
I'm sorry, yeah. That's honest, like.
I think if you both agree, that can be drawn a line under now. Because
that's. I've always wanted to know why.
it's like clarification, like you're both getting answers early.
Yeah, because I always wanted to know why, because it was pretty obvious just looking at Carly's videos that none of it.
I didn't even look through her videos, I'll be honest.
Honestly, don't get upset over it. It's done now, it's said, and you've apologised, and I accept that. And I'll call truce now. I won't say anything else.
Thank you.
I can't speak for other people, but nothing else will be coming from me.
And just so you know, we've never told anyone to contact you. We don't even give your username out. We don't send anyone your way. We say, we don't want anyone saying nasty things, don't want any hate comment. And to be fair, most of our lives recently has just been gingerbread men dancing. We've been having gingerbread stories going on.
I've scrolled past when I've gone on live and I've just seen them, and it actually makes me chuckle. It's quite
We
sweet,
are ridiculous people.
Yeah, it's very strange in the head, some of us.
Yeah.
I'm not being mean, guys, I'm just saying.
We're not on a hate mission. We actually, all we've wanted is to do this. And you've done so well, and
And
just keep going.
A lot of people are gonna have a difference of opinion now that you've come up and you've said all this. And I know, like, your dad and yourself have been in other lives, and you know, some of them are just shouting over each other and just on the attack. And we've always said that if it ever came up that you or your dad came in their lives, that's not what we do. We'd give you the space to talk as well, because this isn't a place where it's a one-sided opinion. Everyone's
really appreciate
allowed.
and respect that.
And if
Well,
there's
all we want
anything
is-
else that you want to share, if there's other things that you feel are tying you up about things that you've not exactly explained well or something, we're always here to be a sounding board for that, you know. If
You
there's
ever need
anything
to
else,
talk about anything, I'd give you my personal profile. I'll give you, you know, if you needed to get anything off your chat, even just to talk about anything like what you've opened up about today, you know. There's no, not that there's no hard feelings, because there wasn't anyway, but there's like, if you needed someone there to talk about that with no judgment, just a place for you to talk, scream. I always say, if anyone needs to shout at someone, message me. You can shout at me. I don't care. That option is there, because you've took a big step, a massive step,
Thank you.
and things will go up and up, get better and better, and you know. Yeah, you should be proud of yourself for opening up like that, because it is hard to do. And I'll admit, I've never seen you this, like, vulnerable in this way before. And I've watched for quite a while. And I can tell it's sincere as well.
I'm gonna have to go.
all right, love. You'll probably feel like you need to sleep for a week now.
Well, honestly,
guys.
for instance, if you do need to talk, like I say, I'll call truce now. I'm not, nothing's gonna come from me. And I know you've blocked me, but if you do ever need to talk, I'm there. Because I know what all this feels like. Like you say, I go through it every day with Carly. I know exactly. I don't know how it feels like myself, because I don't go through it, but I know what it feels like caring for someone with it, and watching how they suffer. So again, I'll always, my inbox is open if you do want a message for anything. And like I say, I call truce now, nothing else will be said from me.
We all
Yeah,
hold
we don't-
space for you, honestly.
Yeah, we don't hate you. Just so you know, we don't hate you.
Not in the slightest.
Thank you.
I was angry, but not. I don't hate. I was angry though. I was. I can't say I wasn't.
I
because I
understand
was.
that. I'm gonna pop
But
off now, guys. I need to go.
Okie dokie. Well, have a
I
nice
think we've all been
evening.
angry in our own
Have a good
way.
evening, everyone.
Bye.
See you
later.
Well done. I feel like we should almost end there.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Do we just end there?
Yeah.
no, you can't just end it like that.
Guys, if I see anything horrible in the comments, I'm gonna mute.
We're gonna end it.
Have you got plenty of mods?
Yeah.
I don't have mod power if you want to add it.
I'll stick around for a bit if you need me. Someone put, can we have a bedtime story first?
Bedtime. I don't think.